JBN, we keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, appeal made for a home for Westmoreland burn victim, Adriana Lang. An appeal is being made for the public to assist Westmoreland burn victim, 13-year-old Adriana Lang and her father, who are now facing the prospect of homelessness. Adrian Lang, who is currently in the United States with his daughter, said that Adriana is now being fitted with a prosthetic leg, and that with everything being in place, they should return to Jamaica in mid-January. It is understood that the father was staying with family members in Jamaica following the house fire and has since been given a definite move date and has nowhere to live. When Adriana returns, she will have nowhere to live as the house was destroyed, he said in a telephone interview from Boston, where he was by his daughter's bedside. Stephen Joseph, project manager for San Myrna Foundation, which has played a major role in getting help for Adriana, said that so far, the teen has undergone 18 surgeries and is now at the Shriners Children's Hospital in Boston, where she'll be fitted with the prosthetic leg. She is ahead of schedule in her recovery and will be leaving the United States earlier than anticipated. But the question is, where will she live when she returns to the island, he said. Joseph pointed out that Adrian is a special child and will need special accommodation when she returns to Jamaica. To this end, he is appealing to corporate Jamaica, the government, and all who can help to assist the teen and her father with accommodation when they return. Jamaicans and Jamaica have been very supportive of her, and we're asking for them to step up one more time to assist this child, he said. Adriana's ordeal began when her family house in Westmoreland was gutted by a fire. Adriana is a lone survivor of the tragic inferno that took the lives of her three younger brothers, 9-year-old Adriana Lang and 7-year-old twins Jordan and Jaden Lang. Adrian was taken to the University Hospital of the West Indies for treatment for third-degree burns. Some $40,000 was raised to fly to the United States for further treatment. Adrian was treated at the Joseph M. Steele Burn Center in Atlanta, Georgia, where her care was overseen by lead doctor Zagid Hassan. After undergoing some 18 life-saving operations, Adrian was transferred to Shriners Children's Hospital for rehabilitation. There she was fitted with a prosthetic leg. Both Lang and Joseph are appealing to the Jamaican public to help Adriana. You can assist by making contributions to either San Myrna Foundation or NCB bank account 64375-622. 2 killed in Manchester. 2 men were shot dead in separate incidents in Manchester on Friday. In the first incident, 38-year-old Joel Box, an auto body repairman of Greenvale Road, Mandeville, Manchester, was shot and killed by unknown assailants at his home on Friday. Reports from the Mandeville police are that about 4:15 p.m., Box was working in his yard when a lone gunman alighted from a motor vehicle and fired several times at him. He was subsequently taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. In the second incident, a businessman was shot and killed in Warwick near Crosskeys in South Manchester. Up to late Friday, police were on the scene. No information has yet been released on the shooting. Investigations continue. Statistics from the police show that up to December 27, Manchester recorded 55 murders since the start of the year, when compared to 33 for the corresponding period last year. 2 injured in anchovy gun attack. 2 men were shot and injured by a gunman in Moy Hall, St. James on Thursday. The injured men, ages 33 and 36 years, have since been admitted to hospital in serious but stable condition. The police have not yet established a motive for the attack. Information received is that about 10 a.m., the men were standing at a section of the roadway when a man pulled a fireman and opened gunfire at them. Police said one of the injured men was shot in the mouth and the other in the right thigh. The gunman then fled and escaped. Both men were assisted to hospital where they are being treated, the police said. Kingston landlord allegedly killed by a tenant in rent money dispute. A tenant has been taken into custody following the killing of a landlord at Venables Crescent in Kingston 11 on Saturday morning. The dead landlord has been identified as Patrick Newby, a 36-year-old shopkeeper from the same address. Police said about 7:30 a.m., Newby and his tenant got into an argument over rent money owed. The argument got heated, and it was alleged that the tenant armed himself with a knife and the landlord armed himself with a machete. Police said residents of the area intervened to quell the confrontation, but in the ensuing commotion, Newby was stabbed in the chest. The landlord ran and collapsed along the roadway and was immediately assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital, KPH, where he was pronounced dead. Maypen cops seized 12-gauge shotgun. A 12-gauge shotgun and several rounds of ammunition were seized by the police at Junior Crescent in Maypen, carried on Friday, the third gun found in the parish in less than a week. 2 men have been taken into custody in connection with the recovery and are being questioned, the police said. Reports received is that a joint police-military team entered the community and conducted an operation during which the firearm was discovered. 6 12-gauge cartridges were found with the weapon. It was the third gun recovered by the Maypen police since last Saturday. Last Saturday, a man and a woman were arrested after a Taurus pistol and 12 rounds of ammunition were found in Tophill District, Hayes. The gun was discovered during a search of the premises. The couple was later charged. And last Sunday, a police recovered a Taurus .38 special revolver with 4 rounds at a popular guest house complex. The police reported that during a party at the premises, a man began acting suspiciously upon seeing the lawmen. As the police approached, the man threw away a knapsack and ran. The police retrieved the bag, searched it, and found the weapon. 5 men charged for a Christmas Day gun find. 5 men who were detained following the siege of a gun on Christmas Day have been charged by the Kingston Western Police. The men, who are all from St. Anne, have been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and trafficking a prohibited weapon. They are Jamala Vernon, otherwise called Andrew Blocks, 24, a lifeguard; Roy Stubbs, otherwise called Dex, 30; Roger Case, otherwise called Chubby, 26; Jason Dunbar, otherwise called Travis, 25, and Alex McBean, 20. Police said the 5 were arrested at the intersection of Spanish Town and West Roads in Kingston 14 about 2:35 a.m. It was reported that police were on mobile patrol when a black Mark X motorcar was signaled to stop. Upon inspection of the vehicle, all 5 accused were seen in the car. The men were ordered to exit the vehicle to be searched, and while doing so, 1 Glock 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 9mm cartridges allegedly fell from the car. They were subsequently taken into custody. Tourist dies in St. James after being hit by a car. A male tourist has died after being hit while crossing the main road in Ironshore, St. James, early this morning. He has been identified as 44-year-old Javon Amos of Illinois in the United States. It is reported that Amos was crossing in the vicinity of the popular Blue Diamond Shopping Center to get to his hotel. The incident happened around 1 a.m. The driver of the vehicle did not stop. He has since turned himself in to the Coral Gardens police. Stakeholders have bemoaned that the popular thoroughfare is a hotspot for crashes and are calling for the authorities to do more to make the corridor safe. Amos's death brings to 7 the number of people killed in the last 3 months along the busy thoroughfare, which is same as street racing in the absence of street lights. Several hotel workers have also been injured by cars while crossing at the Blue Diamond Shopping Center intersection. We need rumble strips similar to what has been placed on the Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril, because this road is a death trap. The streetlights are not working and there's constant racing, said an eyewitness and villa operator in the area who asked not to be identified. In October, 3 members of a family, Sandra Louise Lee, her daughter Savannah Lee, and Donna Brown, who were visiting from Florida in the United States, were killed after their car was hit by a speeding driver. The traffic is heavy and it is a tourist season. Workers coming from work late at night have died because of indiscipline and the lack of protection of their lives, he stated, adding that drag racing had become the norm. Most of the streetlights between downtown Montego Bay and Lilliput are out of commission as well, and this has made driving on the Elegant Corridor even more dangerous. As a man in the tourist industry, it is very sad to see, and it is constantly happening. If it is not next week, it will be in 2 weeks or next month, but more lives will be lost, he bemoaned as he called for action. File woman killed in Spalding to be sent to DPP, say cops. A file has been prepared to be sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions in connection with last Friday's killing of a woman in Spalding, Clarendon. Geraldine Grant, 26, from Overroos District in Cobbler, Manchester, was stabbed to death during a fight with another woman in the rural community. Grant had reportedly followed a friend to confront the woman, who was said to be in a relationship with a friend's lover. Police said that the file will be sent to the DPP so the office could provide guidance on the next step the authorities should take. The police did not give a timeline for when the file would be sent. It was reported that around 2:15 p.m., Grant and her friend confronted the accused woman, who is said to be a security guard, on Main Street in Spalding. Police reports indicated that Grant was armed with a knife and the friend with a piece of board. The police said during an ensuing fight, the board was used to hit the woman. A struggle then developed between the accused woman and Grant, who was relieved of her weapon and stabbed. Grant was rushed to the Percy Junior Hospital where she died while undergoing treatment, and the accused woman was later taken into police custody. Policemen appealing rape conviction of schoolgirl denied bail. The Court of Appeal last week turned down a bail application for a 50-year-old policeman Leslie Walker, who was convicted of rape involving a schoolgirl. He was sentenced in July last year to 15 years in prison. Walker was ordered to serve 10 years before he can be eligible for parole. Walker, who joined the police force in 1997, had made the bail application on the basis that the verdict of the judge was unreasonable, having regard to all the evidence. He is contending that his appeal has a real prospect of success. King's counsel Peter Champagne and attorney-at-law Jacqueline Cummings had argued that there were exceptional circumstances in Walker's case in which he should be granted bail pending the hearing of his appeal. They submitted that there was no evidence that another person may have fathered the complainant's child. The prosecution should have established that the complainant was not intimate with any other person. It was also submitted that Walker was of good character, and there was a likelihood that he might serve the greater portion of his sentence before the appeal is heard. The complainant had testified that at the time of the incident in February 2016, she was a grade 9 student at a high school. The complainant had testified that at the time of the incident in February 2016, she was a grade 9 student at a high school. She was dressed in her school uniform and was awaiting transportation to school when Walker was a friend of her father, offered her a ride. He drove to his house, invited her inside, and then raped her. The matter was not reported to the police until June 2016. Following a medical examination, it was discovered that the complainant was pregnant. By agreement, DNA results excluding Walker's putative father of the child, who was then 4 years old, was tendered into evidence. Walker, who is the father of 4 children, 2 of whom are minors, had denied the allegations and said he did not see the complainant on the day of the incident. He said on the day and time of the alleged sexual assault he was at home, getting ready to attend a firearm training course at the Jamaica Police Academy. A police officer testified for the defense that Walker was at the training course. Crown Counsel Renell Morgan opposed the bail application and said no exceptional circumstances were advanced for bail to be granted. Acting Court of Appeal Judge Evan Brown, in denying bail, said while there have been inordinate delays between conviction and the hearing of an appeal in the past, there is no reason to think such a delay will bedevil this appeal. Guys Hill residents welcome police clampdown on unruly motorcyclists. Residents of the quiet community of Guys Hill in St. Catherine welcomed the police operation in the area on Friday targeting motorcyclists. The operation saw riders being prosecuted for operating the vehicles without a license and registration plate, as well as for other breaches of the Road Traffic Act. Several motorcycles were seized. The man them drive the bike them without helmet, plus them cut off the muffler and become very noisy. The police are doing a very wonderful job in moving them from the street, Marjorie Harris, a resident, said. Motorist Marcus James said he welcomed the police action, which can save lives. It's early November, a man from this district died in a crash in St. Mary, so every effort to instill discipline is welcome, James said. The resident said it is hoped that the new Road Traffic Act will help to bring discipline, especially to the Northeast St. Catherine community. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.